Let's talk about the basic emotions of trying to buy a home with two subjects. One, the actual cost of buying a home, and two, the emotional piece of it that'll affect you for the next 5, 10, 20 years or whatever. My name is Paden, Clancy Fairbanks, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about those two things. First, starting with number one, what is the actual cost of buying a home? A lot of people think that you have a mortgage and that mortgage is what you have to pay to be able to live in that house, which there's truth to that. But what you have to understand is that if you buy a home with a big old nice yard, you're going to have to pay and upkeep and make sure that that yard is okay. If you buy a home that the roof is old, in 2 years, you're going to have a $10,000 to $20,000 cost to that. And then on top of that, if you're using too much of your debt to income or too much of your income going towards your mortgage and one of you or your spouse loses your job, what will that monetarily do to you? You shouldn't be scared. There's no reason for me to tell you, oh, you need to freak out and everything's terrible, but you should be very aware of it. And I don't think most people talk about that as in depth as much as they want. So for the total cost of trying to purchase a home, it's always well worth just asking the question, can we functionally afford this? And then also, what are our backup plans just in case the roof does go out, plumbing does go out, or do we have extra cash to be able to buy the storage or lawnmowers, everything like that for the home? So spend a moment and really think about the monetary cost of buying a home. Second, and I think this is a really important subject not a lot of people talk about, is the emotional side of it. And I'm not talking about the emotional side of an offer or anything like that. I want to talk about if you take on too large of a mortgage, or you take on a mortgage that's okay, but you take on a home that costs too much work for you and it makes it so that you're financially strapped, those decisions aren't only going to stress you out financially, but they're also going to strain your relationship with your family, with your wife, with your kids possibly, or if you don't have any of those things, with your friends or with your mom and dad. And it's worth realizing that those stresses are what cause you to make harder decisions in your life or back you up against a wall. If you want to, buying a home is always a good option under certain circumstances, but buying a home that's too expensive for you doesn't only cost you monetarily, but it makes your life functionally harder. So I hope that this doesn't make you think that you should or shouldn't buy a home. It's just another thought process that you're having. So kind of blabbering about it in conclusion, if you choose to buy a home, make sure you understand the financial costs of it, not only with the mortgage, but with the repairs and maintenance of the home. And then also after that, you should be aware of the emotional hardship it'll put on you if you decide to buy the home. If you make $10,000 a month and your mortgage is $3,000, it'll be a lot less stressful than if you make $5,000 a month and your mortgage is $3,000. And so be aware of those things. Really consider what those things look like in the next 5 or 10 years. But other than that, thanks for watching this video. I hope you're having a great day, and bye-bye now.